Yo, what's up, folks? Give me a couple minutes to take care of some stuff here. I'm trying to figure out why, like, my polarized light, it shouldn't look like this, I don't think. Right? There's no... Like, am I double polarizing or something? Something silly. Looks like I'm getting no aperture stuff. Usually there's a silly, simple explanation for why my stuff doesn't work. Let's put this on. At the very least, we'll get some bright field imagery going here. Let's make sure that my camera is in the correct profile. Yeah, it seems like it is. We are in... Oh, are we in... Yeah, no, we're in that. That's good. Good. Shutter, 125th. It's just very, very, like, dark. Like my iris is like super amped down. Let's see, that's not it. Huh? Okay. We got some, these are mosquito larvae. I found it, out at Monterey. I went to a park called Point Lobos, and there are these cliffs, there's like rocks near the shore, and there were some pools there, and there was one pool that had a bunch of these mosquito larvae and other stuff in it too. Don't quite understand why. Wait a second. Oh, that's problematic. Well, let's try that. Okay, well, that's at least one thing. All right. Oh, no, I'm dumb. I'm extremely dumb. That's the only problem. That's the only problem that we've ever had, is Jason being extremely dumb. There we go. All right. We got it, boys. All right, sorry that took so long. I forgot how to use my microscope is all. Let me give me 1 second here. Copy this. Pop that in the Okay. Oops. Did that. Can everybody hear me and everything? I hope so. I really hope so. We got mosquito larvae, and right now we got them in polarized light. There we go. That's better. Gosh, I'm such an idiot. I was putting a polarizer down near my field lens, and I forgot that I already have a polarizer in with the DIC slider. I was like blocking out all the light. I was like, why isn't this working? Why isn't it working when I have zero light going into my microscope? Now we're good. Now we're solid. Go up until we bump it, come back down just a smidge. There we go. So we have a super deep well slide right now. This is one of the really thick deep well slides. It's like 3 millimeters thick. But check this out. You can see the circulatory system going on inside this mosquito larva. Oh, I've got my, let's see. That's because I put my, let's see, I'll just move that right out of the way. There we go. So let's see, if I guess this is fine. I think I can turn my ISO down a little bit here. Let's go back to the 4x. Yep, we're there. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we got some more mosquito larvae here. And again, this is polarized light right now. And crossed polarizers. And in fact, let's go ahead and I'll pull my polarizer out. I'll put it down here. Oh, that does cut off some in the 4x. That's good to know. And oh, interesting how this looks. Is this part of my, yeah, that's part of my condenser. Okay. Oh, interesting. If I push that down. Okay. Interesting. Interesting how that trades off. Okay. We'll take a little bit of condenser crud. So again, right now I'm just using polarized light. So polarizers, hell yeah, dude. Oh, I love when these things move under the polarized light. See if we can get them to like move a little bit. I'm gonna give them some pokies. Do the time-honored tradition of poking our subjects and seeing if they respond to that at all. Wow. This one looks super cool. I've been having some some hand cramps today, so hopefully that doesn't interfere too much with what we're trying to do, namely some good microscopy. Whoa, check out, oh wow, these algae strands are like, the way their just orientation changes how they look in polarization is really cool. So this is one of the cool things you can do with a wave plate. See if I take the wave plate off and you go and look at, oops, let's see, let's find extinction, there we go. So if I take the wave plate off and we go and look at these strands, they look kind of similar, you know, no matter how they're oriented. But if we take a wave plate and we just put it on there, then like the orientation which they point has like a color difference, and that's like such a really strong effect. It's a really interesting kind of effect, and that'll change like how like if muscle fibers are pointed in one direction versus another, it'll change stuff. This dude's super birefringent here. This is like a younger one. Apparently this one's got like the exact right stuff going on. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit more of a... See if we can't encourage them to move a little bit. Maybe not. I do have... I have another slide for later, which has some smaller mosquito larvae on a thinner slide. Yeah, I put the wave plate right on top of the field lens. That's correct. Or, well, you know, after the field polarizer. Oops. Yeah, just bumped it. But you can get so many cool results with that, and then also with cellophane above the wave plate. Itself also shifts like the wavelengths. I think this is cellophane. Nice thing about cellophane is you probably have some in your trash right now or something. Yeah, we just turn our cellophane and we can get some cool different effects. Like this kind of rose-ish background. Or this like yellow background. And there's a whole bunch of these effects that you can just kind of, depending on how you turn the wave plate and turn the cellophane. Always cool stuff. Yeah, you can, I think the sort of the standard, quote unquote, is to put it on top, put it over the objective lens. But it's a lot harder to like orient in that position. So that might be better for like quantitative polarized light microscopy, but if you're just trying to make pretty colors, then on top of the field lens seems to be the ideal place to put it. All right, let's look at another friend that we have here who may have passed away since I put him on the slide. This is a some kind of zooplankton duder. There are these like everyone's pretty familiar with like amphipods, but this is like these ones have these like two appendages out front that kind of make them look a little bit different. And these I've only found in salt water. This is from a plankton net drag here. And I believe we should have somewhere on here, yes, we have a copepod, which is also maybe not doing super hot. But it's got some eggs. I think these things are just a little bit large, even for this deep well slide there, because they're even like right in the middle. But they're just too big. Yeah, we can look at this. We can go ahead and remove the polarized light stuff and shoot our ISO way down. Maybe we'll put in the polarizer just to act as an extra ND filter. And there's our copepod. You can get a little closer with it. It's got a little too much going on in its like shell for me to get like a nice X-ray view of what's going on inside. You can see some stuff pumping around in there. Let's see. Let's go back to our big boy. Wait, where was that? Maybe I should go to the 4X. I won't spend a million years looking for it. Yeah, this one, unfortunately, I think is just too big to capture, even on these like super deep well slides. But look at this thing's like, it's got these like kind of front appendages here. And look at those like splotches on it. Here we're at the 20x objective. You know, the nice thing about this, at least, is that it's pretty close to the cover slip and it's staying still. Yeah, some kind of shrimp, I think, is a good call for just generally, you know, assessing what this is. This is the kind of critter that a whale might eat. Some kind of grillish thing. If Pacific Plankton were here, she would be able to identify this very quickly. This is not. It's not an amphipod. That's what I've been talking about. That it's not. Is it's got a different. It's got some different stuff going on. It's not an amphipod. Because it's got these big frontal feelers here that the amphipods don't have. They almost look like little mantises or something like that when they're swimming around. They're different. But yeah, similar like little crustacean duders. Go back to the 4X here so we can get the big view. Yeah, the amphipods, they don't have these big appendages out front. Yeah, glad to have you here, Teeny. Yeah, marine stuff is always just like, well, I guess that's a thing. It's a neat looking thing. Yeah, and I had a whole bunch more of little like marine stuff swimming around. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, it's a squatinella. Hey. Dude, we like squat. This actually might be our first live squatinella. I've gotten squatinella a couple times before. Hey Maggie, welcome back. Glad to hear you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, this thing's pretty deep right now. I'm at the 20x objective, but we're on a super deep well slide, so this is not ideal. But yeah, this is squatinella. Squatinella are an interesting rotifer. They kind of swim around with this like big frontal scoop. And they eat by like while they're swimming, sort of like manta rays do. Squatinella, Squatinella. Squatinella. Oh, this is super cool. I did not expect to find a squatinella in this sample. Not that I was, expecting to find anything necessarily in this sample, other than like little crustacean duders. But a squatinella is always a welcome find. They are very cool little rotifers. And you see, they just kind of swim around. They can actually swim a lot faster than this. I don't know, this one's kind of going slow. But I usually see these things like cruising, just cruising around, swimming nice and fast. And you can see it's got two little red eyes. It's actually, what's interesting about these is those eyes are so far set apart that this thing probably has pretty good like binocular vision. So I wonder if that makes this thing, that means it has like better prey tracking abilities or something like that, if it can actually steer towards stuff that it wants to eat. I use there's like if you search plankton net on Amazon, I got like the cheapest one. It's like the diameter is like 5 inches. The mesh is pretty coarse. I think it could be a lot finer, and I would get more small stuff. But you know, it's small. It's kind of useful for what it is, I think. What do we got here? We got a little thing, little algae thing. It looks like maybe some kind of tiny little dinoflagellate. It's got the kind of golden color. Okay. Dude, we got Squatnella. Come on now. That's sweet. Squatnella. I love that. Love that. Oh, this dude, yeah, this dude's starting to ooze a little bit. Unfortunate. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to our mosquitoes here. Just see how they're doing. Still alive. Just curious if there's any other little critters in here. This sample I opened up with. Oh, hey, look at that! We've got some little Vorticella type ciliates here on this debris. Hey, they're kind of small because this is with a 10x objective here. Now we're at the 20x. And we're starting to get some. This is definitely not ideal with this super deep well slide. I don't think it's Vorticella per se, but it's something similar. That's cool. We got some ciliates here. There's some interesting little growths coming off of this thing. Oh wow, yeah, here we go. Here's some that are they're feeding. See if I can get one. This one's kind of close to the top. If I close down the iris really far, I will rob myself of some resolution, but I will maybe get some better contrast on the little things that are flying around. Yeah, lots of these little guys. And then there's our... Wow. These mosquito larvae are pretty big when you look at them with the 20x objective. Let's see, can we see like blood or something with these? Sometimes, like with worms, you can see blood, which is really cool. But I don't know if these actually have, like, blood. These might not. Wow. Well, look at those little, like, bubbles inside of its, like, right in its exoskeleton there. Okay. I'm going to move on to another slide. And this slide oh my gosh, this thing, I have an escapee. That's interesting. But this slide, I should be able to get some more, let's it up in here. There we go. And then let's make our curler correct. There we go. And let's bring this down. Oh, let's go to, there we go. The 4x. Okay. Yeah, and here I've got some smaller mosquito larvae. Oh, this one's kind of turned nicely. And I think what we'll try to do with this one is get it set up just like I want it. And we will use, well, let's see how it looks right here. Okay. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's look at this first. So I'm looking to get when I used to see these larvae, I was able to get a photo one time with like the vascular structure, and it was really interesting. And so I'm trying to see if I can like make that happen again, Teeny. That's why we're going back to the larva here. So here we are with dark field polarized light. This is interesting. I can't really get the same things that I was getting before. Ooh, oh maybe. Yeah. Yeah, look at these like fibrous structures that are going down into this thing. I don't see them on this one. Only see them on this one. Look at these like tendrils here. I'm not sure. I wonder if those are like nerves. So let's see if I do this. And do that. Let's see. So I need to go to but. And then if I turn my ISO way down, I'm not getting quite the same effect that I'm used to. Whoa. I'm not aware of any bioluminescence by mosquitoes. Not to say that there aren't any that don't have it, but I'm not aware. So I'm gonna go for the first time now. We'll go into DIC, and we'll just see what we see in DIC. Let's see, we need to go to, and we need to come down from that. We need to take that off, push that in, and then go for here. And here we are in good old-fashioned DIC. And let's check our curler. Oh, interesting. Is that a little tiny, like, heliozoan right there? Yeah. That's interesting. Little baby heliozoan there hanging out on the mosquito larva. And we got some little algae swimming around. Nice thing about DIC is it definitely does like anything that's swimming around, it's gonna pop out pretty well. Ooh, hey, there's a nice heliozoan. Oh, is it eating something? This is with the 20X now. Ooh, yeah, it's got a diatom there, I do believe. I believe that's what we're seeing. And let's see, can we get the 40X on it? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. This heliozoan is having itself a meal. The difference in appearance between a Suctorian and a heliozoan. Oh, that's a good question. It's sort of hard to explain in words. One thing is that, see, if I zoom out and I look at like here's the tip of a heliozoan. So the tendrils on a heliozoan are called axopodia, and you can see the tip of it just kind of ends in a little tip. And you can see there are these little nodes that are kind of like moving around and stuff. And those are normal to see on heliozoans, and those you won't see on Suctorians. Are these little like things flowing around. But the other thing with Suctorians is that the tentacles will have like a tip on them. They'll have like a wider tip. So the axopodia are more kind of sort of spears that just taper uniformly to a point, whereas the axopodia are kind of on these like rods. The tentacles of Suctorians are on these rods that end in these little points. Yeah, this is a nice one though. Got the diatom. You got some good resolution on the axopodia. There's another diatom that is kind of close to becoming lunch. Oh, it's actually got two diatoms. I didn't notice that. So on the left, there's a diatom. You can even see the ridges in there. And then up here, clearly a diatom. This thing's doing well. This is a very successful heliozoan. You got a little algae there. Oh, look at this! This mosquito has those the same like little Vorticella dudes on it. There's that heliozoan, which is now getting spun by the Vorticellans. That's interesting. All these little these like spinny rotifer like feeders that stir up the water. They can often make very funny things happen. Okay. There's another. Hey, this sample's actually got a lot of heliozoans in it, which is cool. We do not take heliozoans for granted here. Diet Tom's YouTube. Yeah, more. Wow. Look at that. Crazy. Because this sample is really interesting because, like, I was taking a look at it and it's like, it doesn't really have a whole lot going on. I think these algae might be coming over from another well on this slide. We'll check that one out in a second. But it didn't really have like a ton of obvious microbial growth. It just had these like mosquito larvae in it. But it looks like it has these heliozoans as well. They're kind of just like a specialized little group of critters. But okay, let's go over to, all right, this is going to be interesting. Let's take this out. Why is this? There we go. Okay. Put this on. And then let's turn this down. So I think I have an escapee. Whoa. You can't see much going on with it, unfortunately. But look what we got over here. We've got quite a slide. We have quite a lot of little algae and quite a lot of ciliates feeding on the little algae. So this is a sample that was from, wow, look at all these oh, wow, wow. Oh, I didn't realize that. There's all this like kind of silty debris that I was picking up in the Petri dish too. And it's just all diatoms. Look at that. Look at that, they're all just diatoms. And then we got these ciliates here, which look like hypotrix of some kind. Wow, look at all these diatoms, all this algae together. This is a good puddle. This is a really good puddle. All right, we are at 20x right now. Let's go ahead and kick it into DIC. Wow. I'm sorry I made you guys wait for this. I kind of wanted this one. I was like, I know this slide's going to be good, so we're going to wait. I should probably like if I want views, if I want clicks, I should probably start with like the most exciting slides. Wow. Should be a good test for my encoder too. This is going to be difficult. There's a lot going on. Wow, this is amazing. I mean, look at how many diatoms there are. I mean, this stuff is like, I mean, it's you can pinch it, you could pick it up with your fingers and stuff and like pinch it. Like there's all these clumps here are like debris, the sediment, and it's just full of diatoms. They're just almost all diatoms. Diatoms and then these little algae, these little green algae. Whoa, look at this one. This one's like damaged, it looks like. Or it's just a really weird ciliate. There are some really weird ones. That's for sure. Wow. Look at these just incredible little specimens here. I really love seeing some like diatoms. It's in great numbers. Here we're using the 40x now. Let's see, how's my DSE looking? Yeah. Wow. Ooh, hey, look at this. We got a little Eugleniid here. We got a little Eugleniid. Let's see if we can't focus a little bit better on that one. Yeah, there we go. I just adjusted my 40x a little bit to account for some extra depth. Bring this back to this. I think that's the right direction to go. This should be this focus. Actually, we'll go back to, let's go to the 10x. Get a nice wide field view of everything. Turn that ISO back down to here. Boom, pop this out a little bit. Wow. Look at all these guys. Is that a different one? Hard to say. I know there's at least a few, like there's definitely a lot of these like hypotrick ciliates on here, but I know there's some that are different that I saw swimming around. We can make a few slides out of this. There's little narrower fella swimming around. This is like right in the middle. This is a deep well slide as well. Oh, there's a kind of a wormy, longer one there. But of course, you know me. We have to see what this looks like in polarized light, because polarized light really is the technique for a distinguished microscopist such as myself. So we gotta check out the polarized light. Yeah. Polarized light. It's really the correct technique, how I feel. Just the right technique to be using. The only problem with polarized light is that you always misplace your wave plates. Haha, I was hiding under that. How about that? Boom. Okay, so we just, boom, we hit this with a little extra color. Do a little blackout here. Oh, hey, look at that. Wait, are you a rotifer? Are you a rotifer? We have a rotifer up in here? Oh my goodness, we got a rotifer. Look at that. Now, rotifers, some of them look incredible in polarized light. Some of them are, you know, fairly unremarkable. They don't have a whole lot going on. Oops, I bumped my little duder. I love it. Polarized light. So good. We'll do a little casual dark field here. Dark field. Also, always a high tier method to be using. Let's take that out. Boom, hit our ISO way down. Hell yeah. Look, dark field. Classic. Like we got a ciliate that's like splitting there, or maybe you just got like sheared off a little bit. What time is it for you, Teeny? Or oh no, sorry, it's Trick Hack. Okay, so it's like 5 a.m. for you. That's not bad. You're supposed to be up cooking breakfast or something. Okay, you guys watch this for a second. I'm going to make a slide. And this slide I'm going to make with a 0.17 millimeter cover slip. But the idea is this one's going to be like flat. Okay, so here we go. There we go. So yeah, I made this slide here. And I tried to make sure I didn't get any I didn't get tons of debris, big debris or anything like that on it. And then the cover slip that I'm using is a 0.17 millimeter. So it should be kind of ideal. Here are our little algae. But now let's go to DIC. Put that in there, and then put that in there. Ooh. Oh, we haven't done colors in a while. Maybe we should do some color DIC. Just for the fun of it. Yeah, here we go. So now we've got basically, like, we've really got one very thin little section. So there's the bottom of the slide. Wait, no, hold on. Trying to figure out. Okay, that's the top. Where's the bottom? Right there. So yeah, we've only got like a few microns between the bottom of the cover glass and the top of the slide, which should give us very high quality imaging. Now, hold on, I've got a little bit of water on my stage table here, which always interferes with moving around the cover slip. So start moving around the slide. So I'm gonna get that off. There we go. I should be able to manipulate properly again. You can see, I feel like you can see here just like the... Ooh, wow, look at this. That's like a big old vorticella thing. I feel like you can see here that just I'm getting like really nice crisp imagery, and it's because I'm using yeah, look at that. You can see the sort of the wrinkles in the sheath around the spasmoneme. And that's because I'm using a cover glass that is precision cover glass, and so it's a 0.17 millimeter plus or minus very little, and so I should get like very high performance when I'm using my higher magnification objectives. Go back to the 20x here. Look around, you can see these flagellated green algae doing their thing. I'm curious, like, is something going on? Are they getting near the edges of the cover glass? We'll go to the 10x here, just because that's going to allow me to kind of zip around a little bit faster. And we'll see if we see anything. Ooh, this dude's not doing so hot. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of extra water. I can see it now flowing in. Ideally, I would have put a little bit of Vaseline on the corners of this cover glass, but ooh, hey, here we got an interesting rotifer. How about that? Whoa, that's like a very ragged ciliate next to it. Yeah, here's a nice rotifer. We can go up a notch and that. Yeah, and this rotifer is definitely like right in between the two pieces of glass, which is great because now I can kind of follow it around and I don't have to worry about changing my focus too much, other than if I want to look at something in particular. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't think this is, it's not, I always forget. There's so many rotifers that look vaguely like this. There's like Cephalodella, and then there's like the other ones that just kind of have this like sort of stout little face. Oh look, here, look, it's doing some grazing. Dang, I got a couple dust spots on my camera. I'm gonna have to clean my display soon. My sensor. Always fun to clean the sensor on your camera that costs thousands of dollars. We'll give it, let's see, we'll zoom out a little bit. And we'll give it a little bit extra water. Pop that right in. There we go. Okay, so now it's got a little extra water. You can see the water kind of coming in. You can see this thing's like, oh, I can kind of move now. Wow. But it is really cool. This is something I definitely recommend people try, especially when you have like lower end objectives. You really want to get like the most you can out of them. And so preparing a slide where you've been really deliberate about making sure that there's no like big stuff on it. Oh, that was a nice poop. Wow, quite a poop. There we go. I'll have to remember that. Let's see, that was almost 1 hour and 59 minutes in. You got a nice rotifer poop. We'll have to put that in the chapters. But yeah, if you're really deliberate about making a slide that has a very thin layer of water as the sample, and you use a precision cover glass, that's a number 1.5H, or a number 1.5 if you can't find the H. It should still be decent. Number one's probably okay too. The most important thing is to have a nice thin sample. Number two most important thing is to have like the exact right cover glass slide size. And but if you do that, you'll get like sharper imagery than you're maybe used to if you just kind of, you know, nonchalantly pipette a bunch of stuff out onto a slide and drop a cover glass on top. Okay, Teeny. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Got a nice little duder here. Oh wait, is that a different one or the same one? You just loop around? Rotifers absolutely do rock. They are the correct microorganism. So number zero is what you would not want to use if you're making a really thin slide, like this, because then it'll just be a very wrong cover slip thickness. So you want to use number 1.5H. That's 0.17. Number 0 is very thin, and very thin is it's sort of it works well if you have deep slides. Because the deeper stuff is kind of like partially corrected due to the thickness of the water. It's not perfect. It gets you generally better performance on deep slides, but it's not like peak performance. If you want peak performance, thin sample, 0.15 or 1.5 is what you want. I'm gonna make another sample. I'll make one this time with the number 0. We'll just do kind of a more casual big drop slide. I want to get some more of those diatoms. Okay, I just shattered the pipette in my hand. That's good. Okay, so here's a nice slide with the number 1.5. This one I allowed it to be extra thick. Oh, wait, was that a little Nautilus? Yeah, you little bugger. Get over here. Come on now. Where are you? The same thing? Yeah, probably. Now, some organisms like these Nautilus, they like almost always stick to the top, right underneath the cover glass. So you don't really have to worry too much like with these. And then the 40X S-Plane Apo, which I'm using right now, has a correction collar. And so you can actually make it work with kind of any thickness cover glass. But yeah, you'd have to do. The other nice thing about just having a thin sample is that there's a lot less chasing you have to do in the focus axis anyway. Oh, there's a big old rotifer that's like smushed up inside the diatoms. If we can't, maybe we can like liberate this one a little bit. Seems to be pretty well stuck in there. And I think this here, let's see, let's go to the 10x. I think this big thing here is a little tuft of down from birds, and in particular, probably pelicans. Because where I picked up this sample, there are a whole lot of pelicans. And in my plankton net sample, I got tons of like little down feathers like this that must have come from the pelicans. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to this place because it's really interesting. There were like a bunch of little puddles and pools. So this is this sample I should have mentioned before comes from where the Carmel River dumps out into the Pacific, and I found this little like puddle kind of just up further towards the river. So this is probably a pretty freshwater sample. But there were so many interesting little like different looking kinds of puddles around. And I bet a bunch of them have like different little micro ecosystems in them. It's so cool though to have these like little algae swimming around. That's one thing I feel like I haven't found a whole lot of, are like samples where there's like lots of little algae. Like I've never found like a big like Cyanura bloom or something like that. Let's do polarized light again. I'm just curious to see how that works here. Let's see. Let's turn this back to here. Okay. Polarized light. I love it. I love how like things just twinkle. Because you have, you know, the twinkling is basically like the Brownian motion of these little birefringent things. And it just like changes the orientation of them, changes their polarization response. Oh, did this thing just poop out a whole bunch of stuff? Oh my god, this thing's like... Oh, it's dying! It's dying in polarized light! Oh my god. Or it's just... I don't know, it's losing a lot of biomass here. Wow. But it's still alive. Look. Whoa. That thing just dumped out like all of itself. Look at that. We got green. This is nice. Oh, look at that little Euglena there. That's got a cool polarization response. Yeah, polarized light. It always delivers something interesting. You try it out. Look, there's a nice Euglena. I need to make like my setup a little bit more straightforward when I'm doing the polarized light. Ooh, wow! Look at these feathers here. Quite reactive in polarized light. Really reactive. Wow. Let's try. Wow. Look at... Yeah, how about that? And let's bring the gain down a little bit. Wow. Check that out. That's like Tree of Life kind of stuff or something. That's like Avatar. This is AWA. This is one of those little AWA seeds. Tell me I'm wrong. That's what this is. Identification confirmed. Confirmed we found AWA. Polarized light always rewards you. Highly recommended. How's that? How's that? funny thing about cellophane is like it's very difficult to tear in a certain direction. Ooh. Got a little like tricolor kind of thing going on here. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Wow. These like interactions between like the wave plate, like the polarizer orientation. Like right now, like my polarizer is slightly slanted, and then like on top of that, my wave plate's slightly slanted, and then I got the cellophane as well. And like all of these things combined, and there's so many like variables that you can tune that you can like always find a new look. Yo, what's up, MH? If I just turn this. Oh, I love that. I love getting a little bit of the kind of the orange and purple in there. If I turn this down a little bit, do I get more? There, it washes out a little bit. Let's take the cellophane off, let's take that off. Boom, black it out. Go back in with our wave plate. Oops, drop that. Let's increase the ISO so we get something at least while we're at extinction. Open that up. Yeah, like right there. Oh. Interesting. How am I doing that? Okay. Whoa. I'm able to create some interesting... I don't know. The other thing about cellophane is that it's like so staticky that it'll like follow you around and stuff. This is kind of interesting. We can get some like some gradients going on here, where like the cellophane's a little crinkled. Well, here's our little ciliates. I like it down here, huh? The cellophane's really reactive. You can even see sort of like now that I'm messing around with it at the low power, you can even see it. In fact, let's see. Yeah, we can image it. I can actually image the cellophane by moving my condenser around. And so now you guys can see that I've just got this like scrunched up little piece of cellophane here. And if I go back to curler, then that's mostly blurred out. And so that's what's going on there. This is one of the reasons, by the way, like you can see like crud in the background here. Sometimes I see this in people's footage, and it almost always means that their condenser is just misplaced. So if I bring my condenser up for curler, that goes away. Down here, I'm imaging the like the lens. You see those hairs? Those hairs? Those are hairs of my lovely cat Kinsey. Something else, like, yeah, you'll see that just it's always there. Oops. Okay. We will get back. Oh, you know what we haven't done today at all? We haven't done any phase contrast. Why don't we do some phase contrast? Just to enjoy that. There we go. Let's see. There we go. So with phase contrast, you always want to go to the point where it's the darkest. Phase contrast actually has a lot in common with dark field in terms of like aligning it. We can see all these little bacteria that are swimming around as well. They weren't as evident before. Here's our feather. There's a collapse, like collapse. This is a good little scene here. We can go to the 20x phase contrast. I will say for like small stuff, for really tiny stuff, the phase contrast does give you really nice contrast. Like, it makes it very apparent, very crisp. Oh, hey, Mud Buckets was in. Oh, okay. No, I won't mention it. You don't want to say it. Yeah. And let's see. Maybe we'll finish strong Finish strong. And just a little bit of bright field. Just get a reminder of, look at all these like these darker orange kind of things. What are those? Let's see, come down there. These are interesting little, these orange things. I haven't really been paying much attention to them. I think I didn't really recognize them until I went to Brightfield here and saw their really different colors. They're kind of all over the place. They don't seem to be doing much. Don't seem to swim around or anything, but they're kind of like little amoebas. Like, look, they seem to have like diatoms and stuff inside of them. But they're not moving like at all. Yeah, mud buckets. This was at the Carmel River lets out onto a beach. And there's actually a bunch of interesting little, like if you kind of walk where the Carmel River, like once you like walk onto the beach, if you go to, there's a nice Eglina. If you go to the left when you walk in, there's a bunch of like kind of swampy little areas there, and so I just kind of picked like one part to grab a sample from, but there's a bunch. There's a lot of stuff over there that looks interesting and promising. And it's pretty straight. Like the one thing is, like on the weekend, that beach is like super crowded, so it's tough to find parking. We kind of just got lucky, but yeah. Got these look like little like insect, like moth wing scales or something here. Thing. Whoa, look at this, like this super orange little bubble inside of this ciliate. What did you eat? Dude, and these orange things, I'm telling you guys, these are like, this is something. It's got diatoms in it. It's almost like a super duper slow amoeba or something. Like it's not moving at all, but it's got stuff inside of it. What the heck? What are those? Just all the diatoms you could ever want. And some ciliates, occasional rotifer. Super cool. All right, guys. Well, it's been about an hour and a half. I think we got some cool stuff tonight. We got some cool scenes. Got some good polarized light stuff. So I think I'm gonna call it a night here. So thanks for tuning in as always. Oh, this is a little there's a little Facus. This is what is it? It's not Facus. It's not called. It's pyroform, but it's not called that. Yeah, this twisty little Facus here. Super cool. I love finding those. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back again in about a week, let's say. And we'll be doing some more microscopy. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And have a good night or happy Monday for some of the rest of you. Cheers.